your mats, please. Let your feet be hip distance apart. Press a little bit down and out. See if you can feel a little lift under the arches of your feet. And just that moment when you start to tune into the way you're standing in your feet, that is sort of a gesture of consciousness, right? That means you're already ready for your yoga to begin. It's like you feel the mat beneath your feet, you start to move the breath through your body, and it's like, okay, it's time, right? It's like we have conditioned ourselves already that when we step onto the mat and we find that breath, we already know something is about to happen. Your nervous system, every part of you, your awareness starts to shift. And what's happening is you're coming into present time. All of a sudden, all of the time travel that happens in your mind, the past and the future, all of a sudden it's like, right now, into the moment. And then I hope that you will be here with me for this whole hour, breathing and moving and just feeling what's transforming in your body. Let's start with the feet, but let's start to grow a little bit more of that awareness through the body. Lift up through the quadriceps, drop from the pelvic floor, lift from the belly, lift your chest, lift a little under the armpits, hold your head high. There we go. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. Go ahead, just dive right in. Feel what that feels like. First bend of the body, and then lift halfway. Fold again on your exhale. With an inhale, we'll rise all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up high to the sky, and then pull them into your heart center right there. Good. Again, inhale, arms reach, just moving and breathing. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Fold deeply on the out-breath, and then rise with a flat back, inhaling all the way up. Good morning, my friends. Shabbat shalom. Okay. Pause for a moment. Breathe and just notice how you feel. A little bit of breath and a little bit of movement. Maybe the shifts are so subtle that you can't notice them yet, but we'll wait and see. We'll check in again. Inhale, arms reach. We're going to turn it up a notch. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. Let's walk forward into a plank pose. Good, plank pose. Hold there. Make sure you're organizing your body. If any part of you feels kind of heavy, it's probably because it's sagging toward the mat. See if you can pull the belly in, push through your hands, make your arms straight. Yeah, push the floor away from you. Lift your knees a little bit. Feel everything rising. And then we just bend the elbows to come on down. We come a little forward and down onto the belly. Take your time and then inhale into your first back bend of the morning. Right? So we're going to do that with some sensitivity. Cobra pose, the collarbones widen, the legs lengthen behind you. Lift up through the crown. Let's take one more breath here. As you exhale, let the chest down. Tuck your toes. Let's go all the way back into downward facing dog. And if my cueing is a little fast for you, don't rush your breath. I want you to savor every bit of that breath. So assistance, if you see anything in the down dog that could use a little love, maybe the legs straightening, or a head that's not fully down, take a look. Start to assess the situation. You might not be able to go in and act right away, but you're really starting to witness. You're training your eyes. Let's take one more breath here. And then look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Yep, take your time. Feet come forward and together. And then lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. With the same flat back, we'll rise all the way up. Reach the arms high. And then pull your hands right to your heart center. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms reach. Moving a little more smoothly. Exhale, forward fold. Yes. Lift halfway on the in-breath. And then we go to plank and lower on the same exhalation. It's called Surya Namaskar A. Lower to the belly and then inhale one breath in Cobra. And then exhale right back to downward facing dog. here. So you have an opportunity to check in within the space of each breath that you take. You could be noticing something in your own body. Like, my hamstrings feel really tight. I think I'm going to bend one knee so I can stretch a little bit more gently and efficiently, right? These are your moments. You are your own best teacher. Everything I offer is a suggestion. You are here on your own free will, and continue to use that free will and autonomy over your own body. Let's push back just a little bit, and then look forward. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Here we go. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Good. Now press through the feet. We're going to come all the way up. And then bring your hands together at the heart. All right. Inhale. Chair pose again. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms high. That's it. And then go ahead and forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Hold here. Take your arms up and behind your back. Let's clasp the fingers together. Good. Draw the arms a little bit straighter. Squeeze the shoulder blades as you look forward. Feel the collarbones widen. Let's all take a deep breath here. And then exhale, fold. Let the head down. Try bending the right knee and giving the left leg a little more stretch. And we'll do the same on the other side. Just kind of feeling into what's going on. Is it me? All right, both. I lost the mic. Oh, there we go. Okay, release your arms. Soften both knees at the same time. Tuck your tailbone and your chin, and we'll start to roll up slowly. Use your core. We pull the belly to the spine. The muscles seem to reorganize the bones. And then we stand up tall. Let's just check in again. Can you already feel something happening? Yeah, maybe sweating, right? That could be the first thing that we notice. But is something else more subtle happening inside of you? Do we still have that attitude as, yes, I am here and I am ready? Atha Yoga Anusasanam, right? Yoga begins now. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. We're going to go to plank and lower again on the exhalation. Both feet back, lower slowly. You can put your knees down or not. And then inhale for cobra. I like some of you are doing upward facing dog. That's beautiful. And then go to downward facing dog. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. Virabhadrasana 1. Vira 1. Oh, you guys look good. So right foot is forward, back foot is flat. And just as fierce as you can be with the back leg, you make it so straight, right? So it feels really sturdy. I want you to kind of lean back so you feel some weight in the back foot. And then start reaching way up high to the sky. Maybe even look up through your fingers. And as you feel all of that grounding behind you and all that upward lift through the torso, can you now start to bend the right knee a little bit and just test the edge of the pose for yourself. Good. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, flow it out. Hands down. Step back and lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, right back to down dog. Let's do the other side. Left foot steps. Right foot turns in flat. We'll rise up facing forward for warrior 1. Those transitions are super important. We root to rise, so we move with a little bit of grace. Right now, root down through the back foot. You want to feel weight in the back leg, make the back leg a little straighter. And as you feel that push back, maybe the right hip and the right ribs can pull a little bit forward. I saw you, Sheridan. Reach up high to the sky. Come on, like you mean it. The full expression of the pose. And then as the grounding behind you and that upward lift is happening, can you bend into the front knee? Yeah, I knew you could. I knew that you could. The key is going to be one day you're going to know that you can. You're going to explore that on your own. Take one more breath here. And then take your flow. Hands down. Step back. Lower. Inhale through the back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we'll hold here for a moment as I remind you that we are coming toward the end of the teacher training, so I have a handful, I probably have 5 or 6 assistants out here today. They're practicing their observations and their hands-on assisting. So if there's anyone for any reason, if you have an injury or you are sweaty and you just don't want to be touched, if for whatever reason at all, raise one leg in the air right now. By not raising your leg, you're saying, please come over, help me, right? Yeah, so does anyone see a leg in their section? Okay, make sure you pay attention to that, honor that, respect that. You can put your leg down, and then we'll look forward and walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Yes, thank you. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, and fold. Finishing strong here, bend your knees, sink your hips, you know, chair pose, Utkatasana. We draw the tailbone slightly down and reach a little higher. I want to see fierceness in the arms. It's called fierce pose. Lightning bolt, right? Challenging pose. It has a million different names, right? But then can we do it with a little bit of softness in the eyes, in the face? Go ahead, sit a little deeper. Then push through your feet. Let's rise up. Reach for the sky, and then hands come to the heart. We're going to start to flow now, putting it all together. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, chair for 1 breath only. As you exhale, fold in deeply to the forward fold. Then lift halfway on the in-breath. You're going to go to plank and lower on your out-breath. Take it down slow. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale right back to downward facing dog. Right foot steps up, left foot turns in. Let's rise up for warrior 1. Give me 1 breath, the full expression, all of the things, and then right back out. Hands down, step back and lower. We're moving on 1 breath. Think about that. Inhaling through the back bend. We push back and then left foot steps, right foot flat. Rising up for warrior 1. It's 1 inhale. Come into the fullest expression of the pose and then come right back down, taking the air out and out and out, emptying as you lower. Inhaling as you open up the heart, and then exhale as you take it back into downward facing dog. That was beautiful. How'd that feel? Yeah? Okay, we got it. Woo! All right, push back just a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Now, don't be afraid of your voice. Open your mouth, make a sound on the exhale. Again, expressive. Deep breath in, open mouth, a little sigh. And now we're going to close our lips and we're going to breathe through the nose. Strongly in both directions. Filling up and emptying out completely through the nose. Let's look forward, bring our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Here's the last one in the series, chair pose. Push through both feet, let's come up. And then pull your hands right to the heart. Okay. Pause here for a moment. Let's just stand strongly in the left leg, but lift the left one high. Ooh. I lost it. I had a bug on my arm. Now, press into the midline with your hands so you really feel that center line action. And then we are going to move our leg, moving the left leg out to the side. I won't do it because the mirroring gets confusing. So knee is up and we're turning, it's not like lifting it out to the side high, it's opening it wide. There we go. And by now there might be a little burning sensation in the outside of that left hip. Let's see if we can push it back just a little more and really wake up that medial glute. Keep pressing the midline with your palms. Stand up tall. Okay. Now go ahead and bring it back to center. Bend your right knee and cross the left leg over. Sit low enough to get your toe to the ground. That's it. Once your toes touch, you sit a little deeper. Then integrate your legs. Let the bottom leg push up and the top leg push down. And then we pull the left hip back a little bit and the right hip forward a little bit. Nice. Yeah, sweep your arms back behind you. Keep the chest broad and look forward. Very nice. Say good morning to your hips. And now nice and simple, the arms are going to sweep up. As you stand, bring the left knee to your chest. And then the arms come down as you place your left foot down. Dynamic movement and balance, not so easy. That was pretty good. Let's try the other side. Go ahead and stand in your left leg, lift the right knee. Did I say it right? Is that what we did on the other side? Yeah. Okay, so right knee opens wide as you press to the midline. So we open the right. Put a little flexion on the sole of the right foot, like lift, flex the ankle, right? There you go. Press back a little more so you get that little squeeze. Hold your head up. Much better on side two. We'll stay just for another moment. And then as we bring it to the center, you're going to soften the standing leg, cross your knees, and try to sit down in there until your toe touches the ground. That's it. Knees are crossed. Now the integration of the legs, they move into each other gently, and then we square the hips, and the arms sweep back. Beautiful work. So we're watching, but we don't really want to disturb them when they're balancing. Okay, let's sweep the arms up, lift the right knee high, and then take your time. Try to put it all down at the same time. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Fold in deeply. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower. Back through the flow. Back to what you know. Do it well, do it with integrity. Inhale through your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so right leg's gonna step forward, stay on your left toes. This is high crescent lunge. We'll rise up, arms to the sky, chest plate forward, ground into the back toes. Again, making the back leg straight and then leaning just a tiny bit of your weight toward the back leg. So you start to feel sensation in the front of your left hip, right? Does everyone get that? Do you feel that? If it's all burning in the front leg, you have too much weight forward. And then you'll be cranky and you want to come out. And so I want you to balance the action so that you can make your poses sustainable. That is exactly what we're looking for in every single pose. Let's bring the hands back to the midline. Press into your palms. And then we're going to lean into that front leg and float the left one behind you. Again, balance and dynamic movement. Now, similar to what we did before, come to standing, draw your left knee to your chest. Go ahead, cross it over. So we bend the standing leg, we cross the knees, go ahead and sweep the arms back. Sit in there just a little deeper. Then come to standing, arms sweep high, knee to the chest. We're going to bring our hands back to heart center and extend the left leg back behind you. Warrior three. Go ahead and step down. Good. Arms reach high, high crescent lunge. Hold there. Arms open like a T. Our first real twist of the morning, we take a water wheel to the right. Hold your head high. Seeking out the balanced actions. How are you using your back leg? Are you using your back toes? As you push back through the left leg, can you reach forward with your left arm? Yeah, hold the head high. And assistants, you could give a little pull on the back arm. If you see somebody who's a little leaning forward, recenter them, right? Let's exalt here. That means right arm reaches down behind you to touch your left leg, left bicep to the ear. Oh, a little extension and rotation while you're balancing. Take a deep breath here. Turn the chest to the right. Yeah. Okay, super slow motion. Left hand is going to come all the way down to the mat. Right arm up high to the sky. Why am I getting dirty looks? We do this on any given day. Is it just because it's hotter, because it's summer? Take a deep breath, twist a little deeper. Root through that left hand. Give your waistline a little bit of a contraction, yep. And then the eyes come down, the hand comes down, step to plank. Woo, who would have thought plank would be a celebration, right? Take a deep breath here, smile, and then exhale, lower down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so it's time for that little expressive exhale. Give me a deep breath in, and then make a sound on the exhale out. So if you had any kind of feeling, any kind of way about that last little sequence, just get rid of it. All right? Now, left foot step, stay on the right toes. Take your time, come on up. Arms reach high to the sky. It's high crescent lunge. Keep it simple. Once you kind of feel the balanced actions, like you're using the front leg and the back leg equally, we're going to pull the hands to heart center. Yes, lean into your left leg, float your right leg behind you. That back leg has to be sturdy. Don't let it wobble back there. Flex the foot, create action in the right leg and ankle. Now, come to standing, knee to belly, hands stay at the chest. You come on up slowly. Then the standing leg bends, we cross over. We've all been here before. Let's sit down. Squeeze in just a little bit and then fold the chest forward, reaching back. So the heart reaches forward as the fingers reach behind you. Again, your job is to find the balance in your actions. Left leg and right leg working together as a team. The arms sweep high to the sky. You stand tall, lift your knee to your chest. Then hands come to heart as you extend that leg back. Pause there for a moment. And then when you're ready, standing leg bends, put your right toes down on the mat, high crescent lunge. Yeah, right there, center yourself. I know there's a moment there where you have to, like readjust. So find it. Then the arms open like a T. Pause there for a moment. Make sure you feel like you're standing in the center of the pose. And then water wheel to the left. Push down and out through your feet. And then draw your legs into your hip sockets. It'll give you a sense of integration in the base so that we can fully express the upper part of the pose a little bit more fully. Go ahead. Left arm reaches down for the right leg behind you. Right bicep to the ear. And there's a lot of little adjustments there too. Just deal with those wobbles. That's your job here. So it's rotation and extension, turning the chest out to the left, reaching up, reaching down equally. All right, so remember this slow motion movement. You're going to purposefully take that right hand all the way to the mat, left arm high to the sky. Now you can dig in a little deeper. With that hand on the ground, you can actually feel yourself pulling the belly in and turning just a little more deeply. Left chest open, left shoulder blade back. All right, one more breath. You made it. Much better attitudes on this side. Eyes down, hands down. Let's step back to plank. Celebrate for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Remember, you chose to come. You knew you were going to be sweating, right? Go ahead, lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. I know that in July we have to make sure we hydrate and we might be a little more drippy because of the humidity. So just have a towel nearby, you know. Take breaks when you need to. Or just wait till the end and rehydrate and wipe off everything at once, you know. Take one more breath, push back. Exhale, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Fold deeply as you exhale. Using a flat back, we'll rise all the way up. Lift the arms, reach high, and then pull your hands right into the heart. All right, so we're going to play a little bit with the pendulum. So again, standing on the right leg, let's lift the left knee. Hold your head high. Notice how much you have to pay attention to the right foot. Use all of your toes. Distribute the weight evenly through the inner and outer edges. The weight evenly between the heel and the toes. Right? The same consciousness as when you stepped on the mat this morning and said, I am here and I am ready. That is what your attitude is saying right now. We're going to keep our hands in prayer position, but we're going to extend the left leg back. And as soon as it goes back, reach the arms forward. We're going to reach back and forward to the same degree, and then without touching the left foot down, come forward. Sweep the leg through, arms to the sky, left leg comes up high in front of you. Yeah. And we do it again. Pendulum. Swing the leg back, reach the arms forward. Lengthen everywhere. And then come on up. Arms to the sky, leg swings through and out in front. Last time, you can do this, just slow it down. Manage the wobbles. And then again, swing it through, lift it high. Hands are going to go to the hips this time. Hold here. Keep that leg out in front of you, push through the heel. Heads high, chest up. Okay, pull the knee into the belly, and then place it down nice and slow. All right. You can be really mad that that happened, or you can be really glad that that happened, right? Glass half full, glass half empty. It's totally up to you. Check yourself. Now, when you're ready, inhale, arms reach. Hands come to heart center. We're going to stand in the left leg, pull the right knee to the belly. Find that. You know we've been here before. Your body is creating patterning. Now we're going to start to lean forward. Extend the leg back. Go slow. Be purposeful. Kick through the heel. Use the back leg. Flex the back foot. That's it. Now reach forward with your arms. Feel the forward action and the back action. And then we swoop the leg through. Arms go high to the sky. Extend your leg in front. Keep pushing through that heel. That'll keep it from touching down when you move it through. Go ahead. Take it back. Nice and slow. And then we come through. Focus, concentration. One last time. Leg forward, arms high. Take your hands to your hips. See if you can lift that leg a little higher. Hold your head up, widen your chest. And then we're going to bend the knee into the belly and place it down. Nice work, everyone. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale through cobra or upward facing dog. And then come right back to downward facing dog. See if you can allow this moment to feel like you're coming home. It's not so much of a forward bend or a back bend. It is just enough. It is just right. Not too much weight in the hands, not too much in the feet. Hips high. Find the balance actions. All right. We're going to walk our hands back toward our feet. And as we go back, let's widen our stance and come into Malasana. It's a deep squat. The knees go a little wide. So the feet turn out slightly. They're almost as wide as your mat. The wider you go, the easier it is to get down, I think. And then hands in prayer once again. We press to the midline. Yeah, beautiful. Hold your head up. Do your best not to let the back round here. Sometimes the tailbone pulls under and the head hangs forward. See if you can lift and widen the collarbones. And then lift a little from the pelvic floor so your bottom comes up an inch or two. Yeah. And then hold there. Okay. You guys look okay here. Let's take both elbows and just like walk down a little more into the triceps. So you're coming down a little lower, and then extend both of your arms out. Fingertips kind of grip the ground. Your elbows are inside your knees. Inside your knees, yeah. So the knees are squeezing in, the arms are pushing out, and then lift your head up. Now lift your bottom 2 inches. Pick up the pelvic floor. Yeah, it's a really important part of your body. Keep looking forward. You don't have to look down at your bottom to make it squeeze. right? And just lift and hold it up there behind you. And then slowly put it down. Let's bring the hands in and come into a forward fold. Straighten the legs, let the back of the knees air out. Let your head hang free for a moment. Take one more breath. And now we're going to roll up like a rag doll. So again, using the muscles to organize the bones. Take your time, soften the joints, pull in from your core until you're standing tall. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift halfway, look forward. Let's walk out to plank. Good. Lower yourself down nice and slow. Inhaling through the back bend of your choice. And then downward facing dog. Our right foot's going to step forward. Please stay on your left toes and come into high crescent lunge. You know this one, arms high to the sky. And then we're going to turn to the left, put the back heel down, and come to warrior two. So nice. Again, a moment for you to find the balanced actions. Oh no, you're right. You're right. Hold that head up. See if you can actually feel where your tailbone is, and then draw your head right up over it. So if you see anybody that is leaning just a little forward, they may not realize it, and you just kind of help them come crown over tail. Yeah, there you go. Reverse your warrior. Left arm down, right arm up. And again, as all that upward action starts to happen, start to root through your left foot. And then bend into that right knee. Explore the edge. Do you remember that lift in the pelvic floor? It exists here. It'll support the pose. And that right knee could even open just a touch wider toward the pinky toe. Take another breath. Good. Return to warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg. Come into triangle. Be gentle with yourself here. Both legs straight. We tip to the right. Right arm reaching down for the shin. Left arm reaching high to the sky. And the one thing that I often see here is that our hips are back and our head are forward. So let's see if we can just try to align on that plane. So that's what you're looking for. If somebody's hips are back and head are forward, you just kind of help them find tailbone draws down, head and shoulders draw back. Come on, I'm giving you guys time to do it. Step in. Now, turn the palm forward. Let's reach the bicep over the ear. So we have Utthita Trikonasana. Right? So we're extending. You don't have to do that yet. Yeah. If you want to, you certainly can. But I want you to really fiercely use that tricep. And as you feel that left arm reaching over your head, give me a little twist. Right shoulder under. Yes. Round the pinky toe on the left foot so you feel that whole side of the body lengthen. And then the arm will rise. And we'll come back up for warrior two. Beautiful. You're welcome. All right, let's take a flow. Both hands come down. Step back lightly, lower slowly. Inhaling through cobra. It's like an automatic reset for your breath and for your body and your mind. We come back to down dog and we do the other side. So take it easy. Left foot steps up. Set yourself up well. Make sure the length of your stance feels good. You come on up, and then we turn to the right, ground the back heel, open the arms wide like wings. And again, I'm going to give you time here. Sometimes when we step, we don't get long enough in between the feet. See what it feels like. The front knee can open just a little bit wide toward the pinky toe. Remember, we ground and straighten the back leg. Then we exalt the warrior, right? Drop the right arm down, lift the left one high to the sky. You could even turn and look up at your fingers. If it hurts your neck, turn and look down at the pinky toe of your right foot. With all of that upward action and that rooting, let's find the grace. Where's the edge? Bend the left knee. Continue to press it open till it says no. Don't fight with it. Respect it. Pelvic floor lift. A big part of sustaining this hold and this pose. We hold the pelvic floor, but we let the breath run free. That's it. Take one more inhale here, and then exhale, come back to warrior two. Slow and easy, straighten the front leg. Feel what it feels like to change that position. Create that stability, and then tip to the left. Left arm down, right arm high to the sky. Chest wide open. All right. And so again, we're talking about like aligning on one plane. So there really isn't a forward fold here at all. Bring your hand up a couple of inches. Yeah, and then, yeah, do you feel that line? Yes, the tail and crown on the same line. And then Utthita Trikonasana, right? We take the bicep over the ear. As you lengthen through the right arm, press through the right leg and the right foot. Yeah, that's better. I thought you should come up a little bit. Be careful that you're not poking your ribs out. Neutralize a little bit. Maybe turn the left chest under so the right chest opens just a little more. Yeah, you're feeling it. The arm is going to rise first, and then you're going to come back up for warrior two. Bend that front knee, take a breath, and then take your flow. Both hands come down. Step back and lower. Skip any part of that if you want to. Add anything to it that you want to. And then we'll all find our way right back into downward facing dog. Okay. Big inhale, open mouth sound. Come on, let the tension out. Hey, you're just feeling that good, that relaxed. Come on, deep breath in with me. Yeah, like discharge some of that energy. All right, right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. Let's keep our hands on the ground this time. Then walk your hands to the left. And as you do, turn the left heel flat and turn toward the long edge of the mat. That's it. Stay right there. Right knee is bent, left foot is flat, right knee is bent, left foot is flat. Got it. Now lift up on your fingertips, flatten the back. See if it can feel like your hips are moving back and your chest is moving forward. And then see if you can bend your right knee a little more. Work in the inseam of the left leg. Got it. Okay. Walk your hands over to the right ankle. See if you can sit in a little deeper and then turn your left heel down and your toes up. So we're going to Skandasana, Sundial, right? So we're walking to the right, sitting in a little deeper, and then turning the toes on the left foot up toward the sky. Now remember that lift in the pelvic floor. Don't sit so heavy that your knees are compressed. Can you take your hands in prayer? Find the midline. Hold your head up. You guys did pretty good on the Malasana, so I thought I would take a chance with the Skandasana, right? All right. Now, choices here. If your legs and knees are strong and healthy, you might be able to come up to center with no hands. If you feel like you need to push down into the ground to come up, do it. There is not a pose or a transition in the world worth blowing a knee out for, right? You know you have vulnerability. You don't exploit it. And now here we are in the center. Hands in prayer. Bend the left knee. Work into the inseam of the right leg. Look forward, chest forward. Try to keep that foot flat. So we're not just going as deep as we can, we're trying to make space. We're standing in this leg so you actually feel it in here. Yeah. Make sure that foot is flat. Flat. You're up a little higher. You're ahead of me by one pose. Come back up. Yeah, there you go. Just like this. Yeah. All right. Now the hands are going to go down and walk toward the left ankle. As you sink into the left knee, turn your right toes up to the sky. Hands can stay on the ground, or maybe hands come to heart center. There's a good flex on the right foot. Head up high. chest broad, pelvic floor lift, all the things that we've been doing. Yep, there is a bind here. I see some of you taking the bind. Enjoy the pose in your own way. Now again, remember from the first side, you can come up no hands, or you can put your hands down. I love the muscular energy that you need to come back up with no hands, yes. And then place your hands on your hips. Flatten your back, empty your lungs. And then we'll rise with a flat back. Come on up slow. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Let's turn our toes out. Heels in slightly, toes out slightly. Bend your knees. That's it. Tailbone a little bit down, chest up. And then open the arms wide. Goddess pose. Let's go ahead and turn our palms up to the sky so that the shoulders externally rotate. And then bend the elbows about 90 degrees. And we'll work a little bit more on that upper arm bone. Bring the elbows a little forward and the hands a little back. So yeah, you get that extra rotation across the chest. I like it. Let's sit in a little deeper, because I know you can. Nobody goes to their edge here because they know that I'm going to keep you, right? You're smart. Now get that pelvic floor lift, and then sit in a little bit deeper. I know you can do this. Pop your heels up, one at a time, and then bowl. Test the water, see if you can balance on the toes. Tailbone down, head high. Find it, you're amazing. That is it right there. Heels go down slowly, straighten your legs and reach for the sky. Say it. Yeah. Let's take a forward fold. Walk the hands down to the mat. And then walk them toward the front of the mat. Pivot your feet as you do, as you go forward. Bye, Jerome. Jerome. You can't hear me because of... Okay, that's fine. Hands forward. We're going to step back to plank. Lower slowly. Inhale for cobra. And this time go back to child's pose. Yes, you can celebrate that. And so our heads are down. And we take a few breaths. For these few breaths, I'd like you to breathe through your lips. Like a reverse whistle, making a little circle with your lips. Like you're sucking in the air slowly through a straw. Feel the coolness of the air over your tongue. We'll do one more just like that. And then come on up to a regular seated position. Let's swing the feet around in front, cross legs, Sukhasana. Left hand onto your heart, right hand on your right knee or right leg, or even down on the ground. I sometimes like to put my right hand on the earth. And then in this moment, just be a channel between the energies of the earth below you and the heavens above you. I imagine that after we move and breathe like that, you're a little more open than you would be on any other normal moment. And so allow it. Try not to shut down, but instead give yourself the opportunity to open up, even if it feels a little vulnerable. Hold your head high. There's always a regalness to this posture, that we hold a self-respect, a knowing of who we are. Our heart lifts into our hand, so the weight of the hand doesn't drop the heart down. And again, we feel the balanced actions of rooting into the earth and rising up high into the space above. These moments of stillness for me are just as, maybe even more valuable as all of the crazy movements. I know when we breathe and move, something shifts, something transforms in our energy body. But I also know that there's a process that happens in the stillness. And right open to the magic of all of it. And I use the word magic purposefully because the definition of magic is shifting energy at will. And every time we get on the mat, that is exactly what we are doing. We are creating a shift or a change, letting go of what no longer serves us. Maybe the brighter parts of us that live deep inside have a chance to come a little closer to the surface. My hope is that with this many people doing yoga all over the world, that we will all bring a little better version of ourselves forward. I know I'm a better person when I practice. Would you guys agree? Are you a little bit better version of you when you get off the mat? Yeah. And so that is what the world needs right now. We need to go inward. We need to remember who we are. We need to remember what we believe in, what matters. And then we need to live that in the world. We cannot let ourselves be drawn into the stream and flow of what is going on in the external world. We have the ability to lead ourselves from the inside. Go ahead and unfold your legs, extend them straight out in front of you. Let's take a deep breath and reach our arms up high to the sky. And then fold humbly. Just bow your head over your legs, stretch your spine, let your back bend. Don't worry about your hamstrings. We did plenty of hamstring work. You can even soften your knees a little bit here. But let your head down. Let the back body stretch for a moment. So much of what we carry is from the past, and it lives in the back of the body. Right now, you have a chance to open the back door of your heart. Right? As you let the head down, you feel that space between the shoulder blades and just below the mid-back. Anyone not have tension there? Yeah, I didn't think I would see any hands. Let's take one more breath here. And then rise slowly. Just rise up slowly. Bend your knees. Let's pull the knees into the belly. Tuck yourself into a little ball and balance on your tailbone for a moment. So balance doesn't have to be like this big dramatic thing that we do. Balance can be just this simple. There are little fluctuations, and the muscles you're using to create those corrections are really, really important. Feet come off the ground here. See if you can balance. Manage those fluctuations. It's not as scary when you're close to the ground. So see if you can feel what's happening inside you, that little twitch. They're called fast twitch muscles. They're your stabilizers. Now, I want you to let go of your legs and reach forward. And we're going to really slowly, with the back a little bit round, you're going to start to lay back and extend your legs in front of you. See if you can get the sacrum flat, that lower back flat on the mat, that shoulder blades and head up, legs up. It's called canoe, not boat. It's long. There you go. Take that look off your face. Take a deep breath. And then on the exhale, go ahead and lay it down. Yes. Soften for a moment. It's okay. Feel the hard and then to feel the soft. And then draw the right knee into the belly. Give it a little squeeze. We have an opportunity here to balance the pelvis. So if you squeeze your right knee in good, you can extend the left leg out a little longer and create that little push-pull, that balanced action. That's really good. And then take your right arm out to the side, round it. And then guide your right leg over to the left for a spinal twist. Keep it simple. When you get there, soften as much as you can. You already did some twisting today, so you don't have to worry about it being the deepest twist you ever did. Just let it be soft. We're trying to wind down. The head can turn gently to the right, and again, just softening. if you want to give somebody a little bit of a, you gotta try. Right here, shoulder and hip, from the behind her, yep. Hip, hand on one hip, hand on the shoulder, and just gently, equally in both directions. Lengthen her waistline, like pull the hip down and around. And then we're going to pull it back to center. Extend the right leg down the mat, pull the left one in. Let's get that spinal balance first. The push and the pull. And you can help here too. You can push somebody's knee in just a little bit more, or you can gently press down on their right thigh. Try it. Push in on their leg and then press the other leg flatter. A little higher with the right hand. Yeah, right there. Push that leg down, not out, down, and toward their foot, lengthening their hip flexor, yeah. And then pushing the knee up toward the armpit. Feel that? In two directions. Yep. And then we'll extend the left arm out, take the left leg around to the other side. Soft spinal twist. And even this moment of laying down and that beginning feeling of surrender, it has an undercurrent of I'm here and I'm ready. We need to be just as ready to go as we need to be ready to turn in. Take a few more breaths. And then we'll roll it back to the center. Squeeze both knees in. I'm not going to give you any instruction there. I want you to just feel wider, narrower, tighter, looser. I don't know what feels good to you. Tailbone down, tailbone curling. Everyone's body is a little bit different. So make sure you get what you need here. And then we'll release everything all the way out for your final resting pose. Shavasana. Our sacred rest, treat it as such. There's a real consciousness shift, physical shift, mental and emotional shift here. From doing to being. I think sometimes we forget how to just be. And so the wisdom of yoga teaches us to practice. To just stay still. Close our eyes. Feel the mat beneath us and just be still. We're awakening slowly. Taking your time, just stretching, moving and breathing and just coming back. Eventually, that movement and that breath will awaken you enough to come into a seated position. It never ceases to amaze me that in the middle of a Florida summer, when we get over 100 people to come out and do yoga in the heat, what a blessing it is to have so much shade in this park, right? To make it possible, a little breeze from the ocean. So let's just take a moment, just a gratitude moment for being able to use this space, to being able to gather in community. Think about the friendships that you've made, the camaraderie that you feel when you enter the park. It's just amazing what has transpired here over the years. Some of you have traveled the world with me, right? Some consistently come. Some of you crazy people show up when there's a hurricane. Yeah. And we do too, but then we have to assess the safety of the situation, right? But thank you. I just say thank you for your dedication to yourself and to your practice, to wanting to be the best version of yourself that you can be today, right? Circumstances change as we go through life. Sometimes it's a lot easier to be our best self, sometimes not so much. That's okay. Welcome to your humanity. But the one consistent thing that we can count on is this practice. To move and breathe and let whatever it is transform. Let it move through us. Let it teach us. Let us witness. And so my gratitude is to you for showing up, for surrounding me with amazing people that want to be the best versions of themselves. That is one of my greatest pleasures in life. This moment, at the end of your practice, when you come up with this look on your face, and then I know I send you out into the world just a little softer, a little kinder maybe, than when you got yourself out of bed and you begrudgingly maybe came over, you know? Hold your head up, hold your heart up, and let's close the practice with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Hands together at the heart. Breathe in deeply with me. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om, peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all. As we are in celebration of our Independence Day weekend, right? Let us not forget our freedoms. Even when we think they may be taken from us, we still have voice here. We're allowed to gather in public space and do this practice. There are places I have traveled in the world that if we did this, we would be arrested. We are here, we are free, we can live our values. Be proud, be grateful. Do not take that privilege for granted. Namaste.